Hello everybody, today I can calculate slope using m equals delta y over delta x. So you might have remember from like middle school learning that slope was rise over run, and that's exactly what the slope formula is. The rise is the change in y, and the run is the change in x. So m equals delta y over delta x is a more precise formula, a more precise mathematical formula. So it's going to be a very simple, straightforward lesson. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then you're going to practice, and then you're going to practice more, and that's going to be it. This should also be a pretty short lesson, I would think. Now, before we actually do these questions, there's 4 different types of slopes. So, if things are going uphill, we'd say they're going pretty positively. So, from left to right, your slope is going uphill, then it's a positive slope. If you try and go skiing on this slope, how much fun will you have? 0. That would be a slope of 0 when it's a flat horizontal line. If things are going downhill, then they're going pretty negatively. And finally, if you try and go skiing off this thing, well, you can't. You would just fall off a cliff, and that would be horrible. That would be an example of no slope. So basically, these are your 4 different circumstances, but within this lesson, we're going to also talk about precisely how to get the value of slope. So I want the slope of this line. Slope equals delta y over delta x. So going from left to right, delta y is going down 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's negative 4. Over delta x is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same delta y and delta x that we used in the distance formula, but it's a different formula. It's change in y over change in x. It's not radical and adding them and squaring them. So in a way it's similar, but in a way it's different. Negative 4 over 4 is negative 1. We always want to reduce the fraction if we can. And that's it. And I know it's going to be negative because if it's going downhill, it must have a negative slope. So if I'm going down and right, it's a negative slope. If I go up and right, it's going to be a positive slope, and we'll see that shortly. 9, 1, and 1, negative 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, whoops, 9, 1, and 1, negative 5. Let me just fix that wrong point. M equals delta y over delta x. So I'm going to count my change in y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It went up, so it's positive. Delta x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it does matter which one goes on top. The y must go on top, and the x must go on bottom. If possible, reduce the fraction. Yes, I can reduce this fraction. 6 over 8 reduces to 3 over 4, and that's your answer. Number 3, 310, 2, 4, 6, 3, 10, and negative 1, 8. Let me move this thing out of the way. Oops. I know that my slope is delta y over delta x. I want you to try it from here. Count the change in y, put it on top, count the change in x, put it on bottom, then reduce the fraction if you can. I'll just give you about 15 seconds to try it right now. Okay, delta y is up 2. Delta x is 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 over 4 reduces to 1 over 2, and that's your answer. Okay, let's take a look at number 6. 10, negative 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, negative 1, 10, 4. Now, this one, I don't have to use slope formula. Since it's a vertical line, I can't go skiing on a thing without killing myself. My answer would be no slope. Now, if I wanted to do this using slope formula, I can. Delta y would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Delta x would be 0. And I can't have something over nothing, which is why my answer is no slope. If I ever end up with a 0 on the bottom, my answer is no slope because it's an undefined fraction. If I had 0 on top, then my slope would be 0. I don't really see you need to do much more. You know, why don't you just try one on your own just for practice to make sure that we're doing okay with it. Which one looks good? Why don't you try number 12 on your own right now? So please pause, try number 12 on your own, and then unpause. Okay, now that you tried number 12 on your own, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, negative 2, negative 3, 8. Slope is delta y over delta x. So I'm going to count the change in y. It's going down, so it's going to be negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Reduce the fraction if you can. Negative over a positive is a negative, and I knew it was going to have a negative slope since it is going downhill, going from left to right. And 10 over 12, I can take a 2 out of each of them. Negative 5 over 6 is my answer. If they give you a graph, even better. Just pick any 2 points on the graph and count between them. Just make sure you're picking nice points. This particular question kind of like highlights points for you. So we don't have to use A and B, but we might as well use A and B. What am I pressing here? So m equals delta y over delta x. M equals down 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reduce that. Negative 1/3. So if they give you a graph, you're just going to use any 2 nice points and count between them, just like we did for everything else. So to calculate slope, slope is, as you learned in the past, rise over run. And in high school, the more mathematical version of that is m equals delta y over delta x. To get your delta x and delta y, count. And also understand this right here, when things are going uphill, they're going positive. So if the slope looks like that, it's a positive slope. If it's flat, it's a 0 slope. If it's going downhill, it's a negative slope. And if it's a vertical line, it's no slope because you'll have 0 in the denominator, and you cannot go skiing off that thing and survive. Your classwork/homework is to practice, and I hope everybody has a great day.